What's up, Jonathan?
Not much, bro.
Welcome to the Laughing Phoenix podcast, bro. It's going to be the first episode that we get published and shit, bro. You excited about it?
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. So, my name is Duke. I'm a recovery addict. I met Jonathan in rehab, and we decided to do this podcast to fucking make fun of being addicted to shit, right?
Yeah, man. Shit may be funny and all sweet, man, but there's some seriousness to it.
All right, well,
Yeah.
this
fun,
rehab was kind of fun, wasn't
it? Yeah.
Tell us about who you are and what you do and what you're about.
But Jonathan, I've been talking about this for a while. I mean, I'm an addict myself.
Hell yeah.
I drug of choice, methamphetamine.
How'd you get started on methamphetamine? If you don't mind me asking. Like, what was the thing that brought you to the I'm gonna do meth?
Well, I mean, I had somebody offer it to me and just say no. I mean, well, to be honest with you, man, first time I was offered to me, I looked at the dude and I said, "Yo, never done this shit, so I'm gonna watch you do it."
You gonna let him try that shit, and if he starts fucking out, then you're fucking.
Yeah, I watched him for like 15 minutes, and then I decided to do it. The first time I did this shit, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I got dog sick for like 2 days.
2 whole days.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I was throwing up a whole bunch of shit, and then I figured out that I can't smoke meth on an empty stomach.
Yeah. So you gotta eat before you smoke meth.
Yeah,
I heard that, man. I heard that. So after doing meth for a while and you're doing this and that, what brought you to fucking suds, bro? Like, how'd you end up in recovery? What made you think, hey, bro, this is enough for me?
Well, I mean, I kind of was not forced to go, but I kind of made the decision to.
Right, you went by yourself. You didn't have to have the course say, hey, bro, you need help.
You knew something, man. But I left 3 times, man, before you came. I left like 3 times.
I wanted to leave like 5 times.
Yeah, I know. But after the 3rd time of me coming back, I kind of decided to take it seriously. I mean, the message that they had was cool and all, but I mean, some of the shit we did in there was useless. But
it worked.
But it does work if you take it seriously. Rehab, man, it really helped me. There's certain people in rehab that really gave me a good.
If you were saying you were standing in front of the SUD program and somebody's coming in for the first time, what's the first piece of advice you would give somebody?
Well, it works if you want to. I mean, when you want to talk, I'll be here. Until then, I mean, settle in.
It's gonna be a long ride.
Buckle up for the ride, man. It's a long hell of a ride, but at the end of the day, it does help you.
Right. Since we were trying to do this on the lighter side of shit, what's the funniest piece of advice anybody's ever given you about recovery? Like, what was the thing that somebody told you were like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? I would have to say, flat the fuck out would be my homeboy Preston. He gave me a lot of advice. Listening to his stories was hilarious, but hearing his stories was amazing at the same time.
Right.
Everything that kid had to say was inspirational.
Right. What's the funniest piece of advice? I talked to Claire. She was on the pre-recorded podcast that we did before when we were trying to get this thing figured out. And she said her funniest piece of advice was 1 day at a time. And I know that's the catchphrase for recovery, but if you think about it, man, 1 day at a time, bro, it didn't take me 1 day to become an addict.
No, I didn't.
You know what I mean? So, like, bro, let's take it like 2 or 3 days at a time.
Yeah.
I think if you try to take it 1 day at a time, you're kind of fucking hitting yourself in the head with a hammer.
Yeah. I mean, when I first started smoking and stuff like that, I didn't care if I had it, if I didn't have it. I realized when I became an addict, though, was when I needed it every day just to motivate myself to get out of bed.
Right. So, what's the funniest thing that ever happened to you while you were in active addiction?
I was in a bathroom with my wife, and we were trying to hide it from somebody that was downstairs in my living room.
Yeah.
And we lit an incense on top of the right where the lights were.
Oh no.
And both the incense went out, and both of us had a bubble in our hand, and I went to reach for it, and the bubble got knocked out of my hand, and we hit the ground, and we just stood there. It was like,
what do you call slow motion?
Yeah, it was slow motion, man. And we were waiting for the man downstairs to come upstairs and be like, what the fuck's going on? But motherfucker was asleep.
Right. And nobody probably heard you anyway.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But you think you're on guard, man. Like, fucking, what the hell's going on here? I hear everything.
Then, I think the other funniest thing would have to be when it wasn't me, but I was up for like 5 days, and
that's when shit gets real interesting. For people who don't know, when you're on methamphetamine, you tend to stay up for eternity.
Yeah.
And that's when shit starts getting real crazy.
I had another buddy of mine that always came home and he was addict, and I had another addict, and we came downstairs, and my whole living room was rearranged. I came downstairs, and there was a long lamp hanging from my ceiling.
Just hanging there.
Just hanging there, man.
And that was cool to you. You're like, whoa, check that out.
I go downstairs, and I was like, what the fuck did the little bro do yesterday?
And it was probably a stolen lamp.
It probably was, man, because this cat would show up at my house with anything and everything, like random shit.
Like, hey, bro, check out this washer and dryer.
For real, he did. Speaking of that, this motherfucker did show up with a washer and dryer one time, and it stayed in my basement for a good grip of a minute. I tore it apart, though.
Right, okay, yeah, because you build shit.
Yeah.
Like, you want to see how everything fucking works, bro. I tore fucking radios, cars, fucking refrigerators, you name it, bro.
What about you? What was your funniest moment?
Oh, man, I got so many, bro. Like, my funniest moment in addiction, bro, there's a mill in Yorkville, and I was in there, man. I may or may not have been stealing copper. And I'm trying to run through, man, and everything you hear, everything, bro. Like, the cops coming and ain't even coming. And, man, I'm running down through there, and they did, like, a lot of crazy shit in this mill, man. They had, like, bays that would drop down 10, 15 feet, bro. And I'm running through there, man. Man, I hit one of them fucking bays, bro. I felt 15 feet, bro. I landed in sludge, man. And it stunk so bad, bro. So bad. Oh, man, it was so bad. And then there's times, man, where we were raiding house like bandos, bro. I got so many bando stories. It's crazy, man. And we're going through there, and we're getting all this shit. We grabbed this fucking ice box, the antique ice box. And we were like, man, we need a lot of money for this thing. So we come out, bro, and the fucking police are sitting right there, bro. And they were kind of parting. They were facing where we're facing, man. And so we're like waiting on this cop to leave, man. So we're peeking around the corner. And the funny thing about it was the state trooper lived right there next door. So like he could have woke up any time, man. We were gone. And so we were trying to get this fucking ice box into this fucking trunk of a Ford Taurus. No, that wasn't working. So we had to wait for the police to do their rounds. They came back and they sat for hours. Finally, the police left, man, and we picked the fucking icebox and we set it on top of the car, man, and the whole fucking roof caved in. It's crazy, man. And so we wrapped it up with a extension cord and hauled ass out of there, man. Bro, it was crazy, man. There was a lot of shit crazy that we did, and a lot of shit that, I regret now, but I can look back on it, I'm like, man, what the fuck? And I don't even want to go back to that again. Let me ask you, what's the funniest thing that's happened to you since you've been in recovery?
Funniest thing, I mean, just being in that classroom at Suds, man, and every day it's a laugh.
Something crazy is always going on.
It's always happening, but it's always made out of love. Sometimes always made out of love and jokes.
Right. And I talked about this with Claire too. We did the rehab thing, and one of the craziest parts is we have counselors, to come in, and a lot of them have friends or family that were addicts, but none of them were really in that situation. There was a couple that were cool to be in, to have conversation with those counselors who were. But I think that most of our therapy and most of our counseling and our recovery came from each other.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people don't realize that, like, the power of recovery is in each other, especially addicts that want to get clean, who are really fighting this fucking fight, man. Because it's a fight, it's a struggle. It really is, man.
Speaking of counselors and social workers, who do you think the most people that work there helped you?
Oh, man, bro, there's so many. Like, there's a few. I think
that really,
that really got to me My top three would definitely be Jess. I felt like she really gave a fuck. Shannon.
Yeah.
Bro, I got mad love for Shannon, bro. She don't even realize how much respect I have for her, bro.
Shannon is very great at the job. She connects with us. Right?
She's been there. You know what I mean? And she won't take no shit.
That's for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
I think Shannon was a big role and keeping me straight. And believe it or not, man, I gotta say, Marcy, man.
I was gonna say that too. Marcy,
she was a nurse, but you know what I mean?
A lot of people had a lot of distaste for Marcy, but for myself personally, I had a lot of private conversations with Marcy, and
she cared.
She cared. She helped me out a lot.
Well, I had an incident. You know, you're familiar with it, where I was accused of doing drugs in a facility, and I was in a tight spot. They were sending me back to jail. Shit was kind of fucked up. The dude told that I did drugs, and she really went up to bat for me and pressed me.
Yeah, that's something I was talking. She was telling me about. Is like it was wrong for somebody to do that, because when you were in a facility and somebody brings drugs in that facility, it kind of defeats the purpose, because an addict, when it's presented with you.
Oh, we're gonna do it. Yeah, I mean, we're normally.
Yeah, but luckily, people that were accused had enough power to say, "No, I'm good, brother."
Right, and she was willing to quit her job that night.
Yeah, I know that was
to protect us.
That right.
And that touched me a lot, because I was involved in it. You know what I mean? And that was terrible, man. It was a bad night, but on the lighter side of that, though, man, she laughed with me. She tried to cheer me up. She tried to make everything, fall back into place to where I wasn't thrown out and thrown to the dogs and back in jail. Because I would relapse, bro. I wouldn't be where I was at if I would have went on that day. Because I was still kind of new. You know what I mean? I'd only been there maybe 20 days.
Yeah, for myself personally, Meg helped me a lot.
Meg, yeah, I can't. Meg goes without saying.
Yeah, because when I left, every time I left, Meg was right there on it.
Right. And that's another person that helped me. There was an incident where they found some phones. I'm not going to say they were mine or my cellies, but there were some phones found, and Meg kept me from going to jail that day. She brought in the probation officer, and that was. She'll remember her coming in. She was like, "Get to your fucking room. You're running." She was pretty pissed, bro. But you know what? She always went up to bat for us.
Yeah, she did. But she might have been, stern at the same time. She did care, and she had a conversation, and she came at it from an objective side.
Right. And you said she helped you a lot getting yourself to get to the program.
Yeah, she did. Believe it or not, because when I dropped my wife off, I wasn't sure, because I had a meeting set up for 2 days after that. But then after I got home, Jenna actually texted me.
Yeah, Jenna's cool too, bro. Jenna's dope, bro.
I tried to argue, man.
You're not arguing with Jenna.
I tried to argue. She wasn't having it, man. But luckily, if it wasn't for her, man, that weekend, I don't know if I'd have made it out that weekend.
Yeah.
If I didn't go to rehab on that Friday, I don't think I'd have made it until Monday.
You were in that state of mind.
Yeah, because.
Well, I mean, you just put your wife in rehab.
Yeah.
You were by yourself.
I would have went balls to the wall, man.
And that's what we do as addicts. We don't know how to stop. We don't want to stop. We want to see how far we can go without fucking blowing our heart out of our back.
Yeah, I've almost blown my heart out a couple times. Actually, part of it has to say that I had a heart attack while I was on the unit.
You did. I do remember that. Yeah, and that could have been from fucking all those years of.
Yeah, it was all the years of usage and the stress that I had dealt with. But
so let me ask you, how do you feel now, bro?
I feel amazing now, man.
Did you think you'd ever make it this far?
No, I didn't.
Your wife's here. Ashley, did you think you'd ever made it this far? Like if he was still fucking didn't give a fuck and didn't go through the program and shit? No. Is he a totally different person? Oh, I think she likes you.
I think she does too. Some days she hates me.
Of course.
That's a woman though for you, man.
And I remember.
I remember when you
saved my family. Saved my life.
I know. I seen coming outside the smoke breaks and seeing you visit with your kid, man. Your son put you through some shit,
Man, look, let me tell you something. My son is no fucking joke, bro. Like, I'd rather go to the military and deal with the drill sergeants in the military than fuck with my son, bro. He's the most dopest, mature kid for his age, bro. He's only in his early 20s, bro, but he's actually got his shit together. And you know what? He's been through the whole addiction thing. Because I didn't, like, a lot of people start young doing drugs, man. But I didn't start until I was in my fucking 40s, bro. Or, late 30s. So he was already a teenager. And so he knew what was going on. And he called me out on it even back then, bro. You know what I mean? He wasn't stupid.
Yeah, that's me. Because I've been addicted to a few different things. I've got.
What was your first thing you started with? Marijuana? Was that?
Yeah, I first started smoking weed, and then when my mother passed, I got addicted to cocaine for a good 2.5 years.
Right. I remember
quit that by myself. So I knew the lines that were going to be crossed if I picked up another addictive drug. I knew when it was time for me to quit. I knew when it was time for me that I knew if I crossed a certain line that I'd be addicted.
Right. But when you're in addiction, you don't think about that. Me and Phil was talking about that too. You don't give any fucks.
No, you don't, man. You don't really give a fuck, man, because when you're addicted to meth, you don't give a shit about nothing, nobody's feelings.
Right.
You don't even give a shit how you look because you look yourself in the mirror and you think,
oh man, that's the craziest shit. Bro, you think you look good as fuck.
Sexy as hell, man. As hell, like, reality, man. With somebody, reality. But this is like when we went to Wendy's, man.
And we seen them people. Yeah.
You don't really understand what you look like until you're on the other side of it.
Right.
You see somebody else that's going through it, and it makes you want to help them.
Right.
But because that's my thing, man. I never wanted to help anybody else. I've always been a selfish person who said, "Oh well, I'm gonna fuck that dude."
Right.
But now, I mean, if I can help somebody else achieve the same shit that I've achieved,
that's an addiction in itself. Because I look forward to the day that I get somebody clean. Yeah. I think that's going to be like fucking an angel coming out moment. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to reach somebody like I was reached. You know what I mean? I don't have the resources to do it like a inpatient program. But if just my stories can teach somebody, hey, bro, I've been there, I've done that, bro, and I came out on the other side because you got a statistic. You quote all the time. What's that?
The only 2% of people beat the addiction of methamphetamine.
2%, bro. Think about that. That's 2 out of every 10. You know what I mean? That's 20 out of every 100.
So
that's not many, bro.
If you can be part of that 2%, anybody can. I mean, it just takes hard work and dedication.
What's the one piece of advice or one thing you learned that sticks with you, that helps you every day too?
Would have to be, it works if you work it, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I think about it almost every day. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, I got clean for my kids, I got clean for this, I got clean for that.
Who'd you get clean for, though?
Yourself.
Man, that's it.
You get clean for yourself.
That's a real shit.
One person would say, flat the fuck out.
Flat the fuck out.
Clean for yourself. Nobody else. I mean, you got to be selfish.
Right.
But that's what you got to be when it comes to being in recovery.
And you know what? That's how you can tell. We have people in our classes just relapsed and gone through shit, but they've always, I'm doing it for my kids, and that sounds great. You know what I mean? I believe that you're a good mother. I mean, just because you're an addict doesn't mean you're a bad person or you're a bad mother. Or you don't care for your kids, but you have to do it for yourself. You can't do it for your kids because at the end of the day, you can't do shit for your kids if you ain't did it for yourself. Yeah, I rock with that, man.
And another thing would have to be is, if you're not ready, then
you're not going to do it.
But sometimes you don't realize that you need help. Maybe sometimes that's why.
Do you think that you knew you were ready before you went to the facility?
Yeah, I've had conversations about getting clean with quite a few different times. Right before I went into rehab, I had wrote a letter and said that I don't like who I'm turning into. I don't like the person that me and my wife become.
Who did you write the letter to?
My wife.
Okay. Well, she was already in the rehab when you wrote this to her.
No.
Oh, you just did this on your own, like before?
Yeah,
okay.
Right before she went into rehab, we had a conversation about the people that we were becoming, people that.
But that was your way of communicating.
Yeah.
Because you guys wrote a lot of letters in the subs too. I was trying to snitch from them.
How fucking we are. You know what it was. I mean,
because we weren't allowed to talk to each other a lot. They tried to keep us separated.
No, they tried to, but it wasn't working.
All right.
Because but at the end of the day, I did like the fact that it was not COVID.
I did too. I think it made those times that we did have special.
Yeah, because it gave it separated you from your other half. So
and it gave you time to work on yourself.
Yeah, and you weren't biased or you spoke openly and freely because you didn't want to say something that in front of your loved one that potentially upset them.
Right. But we had a lot of demons coming out. There was times I know, like most of our groups were bullshit. A lot of them were just kind of superficial, but there were some times, bro, where we got into it, bro.
Yeah, we did. I mean, our NA groups that we had in there, we got deep into it, real deep. I'd say that was probably one of the helpful groups at the end of the day, and was the NA group because it was a time where everybody was at the end of the day, everybody was tired. We were tired of bullshit, flat the fuck out. We were ready to fucking. We were able to be open and honest. Right. Now, changing from going to, but real change, as my other friend would say, is you can be sober for so many days, but can be in rehab. But the real work don't start till you step outside. And now you've been home now for what, a month and a half, 2 months? Yeah. What do you see out when you walk out these doors? But not when you're in class, but when you're out these doors. I mean, how many times a day do you see something that makes you think about, hey, I used to be high when I did that? Or a lot. A lot of the times, when you step out, I step outside and I say, oh man, I used to be high when I was doing this and that, But at the end of the day, I was it weird to you that you could do shit not being high? Yeah, it was because me getting sober completely was an eye opener for me because I ain't been sober for completely sober for 10 years. Right. See, I can remember last time I was sober. Yeah, man. I remember when we did that cookout, man, and you walked around and said, oh, this is the first cookout that you've been to sober. Right. How does it make you feel? Right. Knowing that you can do day-to-day activities and not have to... And have fun, bro. And not have to be like, oh, I'm going to smoke a blunt or I'm going to smoke a bubble or I'm going to do a line to have fun. You ain't got to do all that, man. You have fun just being yourself. Right. And I think that a lot of that has to do with the people you surround yourself with. I think that, especially for me and you, you were in there like a little bit before I was, but not a whole long time. But we kind of went through the whole program together. Yeah. And I thought it was cool that we were able to bond and, excuse me, and we could go to each other and put each other in check, bro. Because we knew that we were both going through shit like that. And I think that meant a lot to me because you had other people who have been there, done that, and they're fighting the same fight. We had that DJ room, though. Yeah, we was kind of lit up in that place. I don't think any other rehab's going to ever be like that. But no, it ain't. I mean, a lot of people put a hate on Sud, but at the end of the day, I think Sud's is a great program. Right. Especially with the staff that actually sat down and talked to you and cared about what you had to say and actually wanted to help you. Right. I mean, we went to the ghettoest rehab there is, bro. Yeah. And if we can come out of there like fucking sober, out of the rehab right in the middle of Bel Air, bro. I mean, Bel Air's like one of the world's largest projects. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just a big ghetto. Yeah. And it's like, everything around us was just nasty. And we live in the Ohio Valley, so it's like everything's dreary. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything's great here, bro. But we were able to get rehabilitated in the worst possible spot ever, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that says a lot about us, not really the program, but us that want to really do it. Yeah. Like I said, man, Bel-Air it's one hell of a place, but at the same time, I wouldn't have gone anywhere else. Right. I'm glad I did my program at Suds in Bel-Air. Like I'm lucky that I just went to rehab. Like I didn't want to be there, man. I don't know. You're almost done though, man. Yeah, I'm actually bro. I graduated December 1st. How does that make you feel? I made it. You know what I mean? I made it through this stage. Let me say that. I haven't made shit until I'm done and over with, and I'm off probation, and I'm off all these papers, and I don't have to go to any class, and I can still maintain it. But I mean, I'm still planning on doing the NA meetings, once we get a building.
I'm planning on doing this. It's going to be my therapy, bro. And I think that I want this to reach out to people and say, hey, you know, these dudes fucking, they went to a grimy ass rehab and still got clean.
Yeah.
So that proves that, you know, it's us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The people that can help person help yourself.
Like I said, I think that our rehab came, bro, when all the groups were over. And it was just us kicking it.
Yeah.
Outside in this cage, smoking, on the picnic table, playing cornhole, for you coloring. You know what I mean? Or in the TV room. That's where the rehab really took place.
We spent what, like 30 something days before we found out there was a whole drawer full of DVDs.
DVD. We didn't have shit to do but talk, bro. You know what I mean? We sat around, played music, and just fucking shot the shit. And I learned a lot from you and Preston, and even little Zane, bro. Believe it or not, man, that's a wild motherfucker, bro. I learned shit from him.
Yeah, I did too. Zane helped me out a lot before y'all came on the unit because
he was a pro.
He
was Mr. Rehab, like, you know what I mean?
That was why I took the initiative when Zane left. I wanted to be the first person that people seen besides staff when they came to the door.
Right.
You know, because I wanted to show that, you know, I'm a friendly face, not just some staff member. Welcome to rehab. This is what you got to do.
Right.
No, I want you to see, yo.
Well, you guys did that to me.
Yeah.
I mean, before I was even doing paperwork, y'all are already coming out like, hey, bro, you know, I'll show you around. You know what I mean? And I don't think I would have lasted had there been anybody else. You know what I mean? It's just for some reason we clicked, and you guys made it welcoming. You know what I mean? I had a good feeling I was going to stay there. I had no choice, really. You know what I mean? But I mean, there was times when I wanted to walk out, bro, and you and Preston and everybody's like, bro, just, you know, hang with it. You know what I mean? And so I felt, and I know you feel this way too, that after a while, people depend on you.
Yeah.
And so, like, I couldn't leave because I would let you guys down. Y'all be like, oh, man, that dude's a fucking quitter. And I had enough respect for you guys that I didn't want to do that to you guys.
Yeah, I mean.
And I know you take that shit serious too.
I do. I take a lot of things seriously, but at the same time, you know, I joke a lot, but in between my jokes, you know, you got to read between the lines of what I'm trying to tell you.
Every joke has a story.
Yeah. If you could say one inspirational thing to somebody out there, what would it be?
Man, do it for you. You're worth it. You know what I mean? I think that saying is underrated. Because a lot of times we're in active addiction, we don't think we're shit. We might not admit it, we might not say it, but we really don't think that we're worth anything. We're just an addict. You know what I mean? We know it, but we don't really value our life.
Yeah, it's because society as a whole looks at addicts as
and society had a big part of that.
Yeah, that's why we continue to do drugs, because when society looks at you, oh, he's just a drug addict, a junkie.
You become that.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, could change. You know, even the richest people in the world, you know, have their own problems.
I mean, when people don't realize, bro, some of the richest people in this area are on pills right now. You got judges, lawyers, doctors, everything, man, that are going by, you know, sneaking behind, going to the bathroom and snorting out a 30 before they come see you to fucking give you an exam.
Which, you know, that's another thing, too, is people that want to preach that, you know, they're clean and they're that and this, that, and the other, but they're not, you know, really puts a damper on people's thought process when people find out.
Right.
Because if you're going to take something seriously and stay clean within it.
I've been let down a couple times where I thought people were clean and they were playing a role like they were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a little slap in the face.
And there's a couple people too that we deal with every day that I think they think it's a joke.
Yeah.
You know, you hear them make comments about, oh, I just hate this place. I want to get out of this place. This place is holding me back. But this place probably saved your life, bro.
That's what I think that they're trying to. Well, they want to admit, but they don't have the balls to say it.
Right. Because it takes balls. It takes balls to stay in that program. It takes balls to admit that you have a problem.
You got to surrender to it, man. Because if you don't surrender to it, then
I think that's a key. That's some of the realest shit ever. You have to surrender to it. You have to admit, bro, I got a problem.
And that's something that, you know, takes a lot of time and effort to say, hey, I'm an addict. I'm a former junkie. You know,
right.
Saying those words out loud.
And I tell it all the time that was one of the eye-opening moments for me was when I called myself a junkie. I knew I was an addict, bro. But I mean, addict is so it's a widely used term now. It's I mean when you got artists like rap artists that talk about addiction, it's almost cool to be an addict and going to recovery now. But when you can say that, hey, I was a junkie, bro, that hits hard.
Yeah, because when you're younger and you see other, addicts, and you say, "Oh, that dude's a junkie," but then when you grow up and you become an addict and a junkie, you're like, "Whoa, wow, I mean, maybe I shouldn't have judged that person
Right,
because
right.
this shit's hard."
Now, if you look at people like we mentioned we were in Wendy's, and we've seen some people who were no doubt they were strung out. They were pretty bad
It
off.
broke my heart.
Yeah, that day. I mean, and where we live at, bro, it's a cesspool of these people.
Yeah, it broke my heart because seeing somebody like that.
That could be a doctor or a lawyer or fucking. He could be doing anything, bro.
Because those people, but at the same time, an addict is probably an addict in recovery is probably one of the nicest people you ever meet in your life.
Oh yeah, we're grateful.
Because we're grateful to be alive. We're grateful to make it through the day. And we're grateful to even make it through the next hour.
Because I think a lot of that has to do with we realized where we were and we realized where we could end up. I think the survivors of addiction, because everybody quits doing drugs. Like you said that before too.
Yeah, because the saying goes, eventually everybody's going to stop doing drugs, but some of us may not live to tell that story.
That's deep shit. You know what I mean?
The ones that do live to tell the story, you got to listen to them.
Right.
Seriously, take into consideration of what they have to say because tomorrow could be your last day on this earth.
Right. And the shit that's going around, man, the drugs that people are using, they're people falling out, man. Like roaches.
There's drugs that nowadays the Narcan can't even
fix,
which is just horrible, man. Because I mean, it's horrible.
And it's not like your dope boy says, "Hey, bro, this shit."
Yeah, it's horrible to me that you got politicians that are standing on the side of the road preaching, "Hey, vote for me," but here's a Narcan pack.
Right.
That shouldn't happen.
Right. I think that we're looked down upon and we're just kind of thrown to the back burner. I think the statistic is 225 people in this area die a day.
Yeah.
From drug overdose. If you put that into perspective, that's the same amount of people that fit on an airplane. Yeah. If an airplane was to crash and 225 people died, there'd be a whole lot of people giving a shit.
And this is just a small Ohio Valley. That's
right.
What's crazy. It's not even a big city. It's small.
Right.
And eventually, if it keeps going like this Ohio Valley.
I'd be willing to say that everybody in this valley has been touched by addiction at some point.
Yeah. Whether it be not being touched with you actually touching the drug or somebody that's affected by somebody else doing the drug.
Right. So let me ask you this: what are your plans for your sobriety? What are your goals to maintain your sobriety and to reach out to other people? What are you planning on doing post sobriety?
I'm keeping doing what I'm doing, man. I mean,
I'm proud of you, by the way.
I want to do the NA thing,
right?
To show people that we're not alone, and continue to do the Life in Phoenix podcast because maybe somebody can be driving to work one day and they can get high. And maybe they'll hear this, or come across their phone, and they're like, "Hey, these guys are something serious. Maybe I want to get help."
Right.
Because I had nothing. Now I got my own place.
Bro, you come a long way, bro.
You have no idea. But one thing.
What does that feel like the day you got your keys and you're like, bro, I got my own fucking crib?
I've only ever had my own place once in my life, so it's the place I call my own. I ain't got to live with nobody. I ain't got to.
You walk around butt naked. Just don't cook no bacon butt naked, bro. That ain't bad. But it's your place, bro.
That's one thing I want to say to people is, if you want to get sober, do it. Don't wait for the next guy to get sober. Don't wait for the girlfriend or your wife, your brother, boyfriend, whatever.
Because it's possible.
Do it for yourself. Because maybe if you do it for yourself, that next guy will see you and like, hey, this guy can do it. Maybe I can do it.
Right. Because I know how bad I was. I was out there. You know what I mean? I've heard stories about you. You were out there.
Yeah, I was. There was a lot of shit that I'm not proud of, but at the same time, I wouldn't change anything that I've been through because it made me who I am.
Right.
And it made me into a better person. I mean, that's the brighter side of things. Well, because I went through addiction, it made me open my eyes to a lot of things and a lot of characteristics in myself that I needed to change.
Right. Because recovery, a lot of people don't understand it too. They get it confused. They think because I'm sober, I'm in recovery. But I think recovery is like fucking fixing yourself, your mental, your physical, your sleep schedule, the way you take a shit, everything, bro.
Because there's a difference between reaching sobriety and then being in recovery.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people mistake, because they can be on, as Caitlin would say, being on the pink cloud, thinking that nothing can touch you, that you can do whatever you want, but eventually that pink cloud comes clapping down.
Right. And it's a shit show.
Yeah. And that's why you really got to focus on yourself and make sure that you're doing what you got to do and take it one day at a time, because you got to crawl before you can walk and walk before you can run.
Right. Right. Baby step.
You got to rebuild your whole self.
You know what? I think that a lot of people don't realize too is your whole thought process changes.
Yeah, sure.
Like instead of worrying about where I'm going to get high, bro, you start worrying about taking care of yourself, showering,
getting shit paper, making sure you have food in the house, because when you're on drugs, that's the last thing you worry about.
Right? Because that's money taken away from your dough.
Yeah, it's food. That's one thing that I can say that I felt that I love doing now is food.
Oh, you eat all the time, bro. You eat a fucking donut.
Yeah, that's one thing that I do. But I've gained a lot of healthy weight. I look really.
You look a lot better, bro. I've seen pictures.
So do you, brother.
Thank you.
I mean, a lot of things changed, but a lot of things could be worse, but you get better every day.
Right.
And that's what this program and this podcast is about, is being better than the day before.
Right.
Seeing your mistakes that you made that day and making sure that you don't make those mistakes again.
And I hope hopefully we reach somebody out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how far this is going to go as far as viewers or nothing, but I'm doing this every week. This is going to be something that I think that me and you both can benefit from.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a lot of shit off our chest. We're having fucking bad weeks. You know what I mean? And I think that hopefully, like you said, somebody can hear it on their phone and say, hey, these dudes are doing it too. And they're just normal dudes. Because I'm just a fucking regular dude. I go to work, my kids are grown, so I don't have to do the whole daddy thing, but I did.
We're regular people from a small town.
Right.
We ain't living in Hollywood just doing this for the...
And if you can get clean in the fucking Ohio Valley, bro, you can get clean anywhere.
Right.
Anywhere. Right.
Because this valley is nothing but garbage. So, but at the same time, there's a lot of people in this valley that are wonderful people.
Right. And I think that people like us who have gone or are going through recovery, we care a lot about it, and we're willing to reach out and help those who need help too. Because if you can't do it alone, I strongly believe that too. You got to have some kind of support system.
You definitely have a support system.
And I hope that like whoever listens to this and watches it on YouTube or wherever the fuck we end up, you know what I mean? Hey, the podcast is gonna get better. You know what I mean? We're gonna grow. We're gonna eventually, have a studio and all that stuff. And so I think we're going to reach out to more people. And I just want people to look at us and say, hey, man, you're just average guys who really give a fuck. I know you give a fuck.
Oh, no, I know you give a fuck too, man.
I do.
And if both of us can give a fuck, they can give a fuck.
Right. That's the main thing. And I hope, we get one dude to quit fucking shooting dope or hitting the bubble or whatever, bro. I think that I'll be satisfied.
Yeah. And even you ain't got to hit more than 4 or 5 people. Just that one guy, that one female.
Right.
If we can hit them, then there's a domino effect.
Right.
Because if we can help them, maybe we'll inspire them to help
others. Right. It's like you said, domino effect. One person helps the other person is constantly reaching out and helping each other, bro. So listen, man, I appreciate you doing the podcast with me, bro. I think we're having a lot of fun. I think that we're gonna have more people on here. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. I think it's gonna be a good thing.
So what?
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you, brother. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, man. The Laughing Phoenix podcast. Check us out in the next episode coming soon. And stay clean, stay sober, and laugh about it.